Hi everyone, welcome to Portia's Place, where you'll never wine alone. I am honored today to have Lash Specialist Extraordinaire Shila Perez with me. She reigns currently from Delaware, and she is my lash specialist. So for all of you that see me and are like, oh my God, Travita's lashes are just amazing, I have the very woman with me today that is responsible for keeping me looking so good.
Absolutely.
So first of all, thank you.
No
I
problem.
appreciate you for sure.
Thank you.
You keep me gorgeous. Like that thing where Beyonce says, I woke up like this. Like literally, I wake up looking great. Rest of me may be a mess, but the face with the eyes and the lashes, all
It's a
good,
must-have.
okay?
Yes.
So welcome to Portia's Place.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I mean, listen, y'all. She said yes. I didn't even have to finish the sentence, and she said yes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our history before we get started. I actually met Sheila for the first time almost 2 years ago. I was preparing for my 50th, and her name was given to me, and someone shot out to, I know that you, shout out to Maureen. I'm going to give her the props here on this because I had reached out to her sister-in-law.
Okay.
And she had done some lashes for me in the past, but she was no longer doing lashes. And that's how I found my way to you.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be. And I'm going to tell you, I just remember preparing for my birthday celebration, and it was just, I felt like it was just so easy because the lashes, my eyes are just, you know, the first thing that you see sometimes with someone. It's the eyes.
Yes.
And I must add this in. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but when I was a child, I was teased all the time about the size of my eyes. Like, you name it, kids can be cruel.
Yes,
like, they
yes.
call me Garfield.
Oh,
like
man.
just, and let me tell you, it really, it was really one of those things, if I'm being honest, that, you know, really stuck with me. I remember being pregnant with my son and praying that he didn't have my eyes because I just felt like he would be tortured in school. Of course, what's the one thing he got? My eyes. Now, isn't that something? 27 years old, praying that my son doesn't have my eyes because I'm so worried for him.
Yeah.
And that's crazy too. Isn't it something how things can stick with you?
Yeah.
And can cause you to doubt yourself when you don't really realize when you're a child that they're probably just jealous. But you don't see that then. You don't know that then.
No.
But listen, that's a conversation for another time
Okay.
when I have a psychiatrist with me in Portia's Place, okay? We'll delve deeper into that when the therapist is here. But anyway, and so I just remember meeting you that very first time. You were still off of Union Street, and you just did an amazing job. And I thought in my head at the time, this would be a one-time thing. And I've been hanging with you ever since.
That's how it happens.
Listen, that's how it happens. I, started off with the smaller ones, and now I do a little volume.
Listen, it's so fast to get addicted to something. You
You are absolutely right.
This is like more of a lifestyle that you just have to wake up beautiful like this.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
You are absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
So that's our story. That's how we met. But I'd like to take it back to you now and tell us a little bit about yourself, your heritage, your family. When did you come to the United States? I want to hear all of that. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I am 100% Dominican. I was born in the Dominican Republic. And I came at an early age. I was 5 years old. It was me and my sister. We were raised with my father and my stepmother. And I've lived here ever since. I was raised here in Delaware. I've lived actually in New York for a couple of years, but I don't really like the fast life. So, it could get a little crazy. And then just me, I'm just kind of like a soft, mellow person. And no, I really like it here. And then I feel like it's more my speed. So, I mean, we've yeah, practically all my life I've been here.
Okay.
And this is my place where I feel just at most comfortable.
It's home.
It is home. I feel like I'm just this is a great place for me and my sister. So, how I got into lashes, I my sister actually kind of she was more into the beauty industry, so she was doing hair for a while, and she was just telling me, hey, I don't know why you don't just kind of do your thing, because you're very smart, you're very just witty, and I feel like with you have craft, like once you like put your head into something, I feel like you can definitely do something for yourself. But hair wasn't my thing.
Okay.
I just I have patience, but I feel like hair is just not really my thing. So I felt like I think one day I was kind of scrolling through Instagram, and someone was hosting a lash like workshop, and I'm like, maybe I could get into this. I felt like this kind of thing kind of found me.
Okay.
And it was just kind of one of those things like, okay, if I'm going to invest in this, like I'm going to just go full steam ahead with it. And so once I took like a full course thing, I dove right into it. And once I took that class, I was very intrigued, and I fell in love with it because I'm very good with my hands. So as soon as I started doing it, people just kept coming to me. I kept on anybody that I could really get my hands on. I just started doing my mom, my sister, my cousins. It was just a fun thing to do, and I really became really great at it really fast. So it's a blessing.
For sure. Now, how long have you been actually doing lashes?
About going on 6 years.
6 years. So listen, you absolutely are accurate in your description of yourself. Number one, being good with your hands. I mean, you are so gifted. Like
Thank you.
I just remember the first time you did my lashes, and full disclosure, Portia's Place fans, we kind of have a live audience today. Someone else is here with us, and it's kind of cool because she is also a client of Sheila's, and so she's kind of hanging out with us today. She doesn't want to be on camera. It's okay. I'm not even gonna say who it is. I'm just saying that I remember the first time she saw me, and she was like, "Oh my God, your lashes look amazing." I mean, no lie. I remember us being in the office. This was right before I headed out of town for my birthday. And she saw my lashes and was like, "Travita, oh my God, your lashes." And so I have to tell you that you are so gifted. And I do think, I heard a line someone said one time that if it's real magic, you don't have to chase it.
Absolutely.
And,
how true that is.
I feel that way with you when it comes to lashes. Like, I feel like this is, and I'm not saying you're not meant to do other things, but I am saying that in your life, lashes, being a lash specialist, is something that you were meant to do.
Absolutely.
It is something that was in you.
It's definitely, it's a blessing just to have found your niche.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't know how to find their niches, but it found me, and it's a blessing. Definitely is.
You're right. Sometimes people live their whole lives
and
they never find that thing that they're really good at.
And happy doing.
And right. I mean, come on. Most of us, we talk about it sometimes. We joke about it. A lot of us have what we would call our mortgage paying career. Like, not that we're not good at what we do, because we are. But then sometimes there's that little thing inside of us.
I feel like it's energy.
It is. And it's like there's something else that I'm also meant to do.
Absolutely.
What is that thing?
Yeah.
And sometimes people search their whole lives and never find it. And then sometimes it comes to you.
Absolutely.
And I don't believe in coincidence. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I believe that at that moment when you were on Instagram and you saw this course,
it's destiny.
It was for you.
Definitely.
It was meant to be. You were meant to go to this course. And I think that years from now, when we're both famous, more famous than we are now.
Absolutely.
When we are more famous, but when we're talking about this, and I could totally see you, in Hollywood, and I mean this, like, going out and, a stylist has contacted you because they need lashes for their client. Like, I see that. Like, that's a vision that I can see for you. And so
that's amazing.
I'm thankful, and I'm thankful to know you, and I'm thankful that I have someone that makes me so beautiful.
Yes.
And not only, let me say this too, not only are you good with your hands, but the space that you have created for lashes, it's calming.
It's calming. Listen, almost all of my clients tell me the same thing. Like, I love and that's what I feel like it's great. Just having, I feel like it's more like a sisterhood.
It is.
You know what I mean?
We are the sisterhood of fabulous lashes.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what we are. But
yeah.
I agree. Like, whether I come to you after I worked all day, or maybe it's a Saturday morning
therapy,
and it's the first thing. Like, when I get into that chair and it goes back and I'm reclining and I've got that little meat blanket across
That's
me,
right.
And sometimes I lay there for a few minutes. Sometimes I'm talking immediately. You know how I am. I'm a talker.
I know.
So sometimes I walk in and I'm talking because I'm so eager. I have so many things to talk to you about.
Yes.
But then there's sometimes that I'm almost, I need to decompress a little bit. And then we'll move into it. And we start talking about something. Or I've been on vacation and we want to talk about that. Or so listen, you are right. It is, the environment is one of peace and of calm.
Yes.
And every time you finish, and I look, like, I remember when I first was a client of yours, it seemed like we were there a really long time. Like, it felt like it took forever.
Yeah.
And not that I was counting time. It just seemed like it was a long process. Now, it's like, I'm done already.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's
they
something
don't want to
else
leave.
we want to talk about.
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to start bringing wine.
Like, oh my God, it's over already. I don't want to
be your last appointment so that we can have a glass of wine or something before I, but you don't want it to
it's
end.
It's such a good vibe.
It's time for us. And I also think that as women sometimes, we don't always make time for ourselves.
And that's so important.
It's important. That time, whether it's getting our hair done or nails done, or in this case, getting those lashes
it's like
done.
A reset. We really need like that therapy session, just like that one-on-one girl talk and a nap. And what's better than to wake up beautiful with a fresh set of lashes?
I'm telling you, it sets me in a really good way.
Absolutely.
And so I love my time with you, and it's not just an appointment for me.
No, yeah.
It is time with you. And I dare say, I came to you for one thing, to get lashes, but I have certainly been given a gift of knowing you that I never anticipated.
Yes.
So it's special. It's special. So
likewise.
Oh my God. So listen, we're not gonna sit here and start crying. But sorry about that. I saw my executive producer just give me the eye because I clipped these cards. It's probably gonna be loud. Sorry, y'all, in the video, it'll be loud. But listen, so we've been talking for a little bit. I'm thirsty now, and I think I'm ready for us to taste a little wine.
Yes, let's.
How about that? So I will share with you all that Sheila does enjoy sweet wines. And let me say this. Sweet wines sometimes get a bad rep. Like, people are always, as soon as you say something is a sweet wine, people kind of turn their noses up sometimes. And I'm not just saying a wine, people that I think are sometimes wine snobs. I'm just saying that sometimes people turn their nose up when you say sweet wines. But I read something recently, and I think I like it. I think I'm going to start saying, instead of sweet wine, I'm going to say wines for meditation.
Oh, yes.
Doesn't that sound good?
That sounds splendid.
Like, that's extra, right? I'm gonna have this glass. I'm gonna meditate. I think that's gonna spread like wildfire. Wines for meditation.
Listen, you're setting a trend right now.
Hey, I'm a trendsetter. My mama said it. No, okay, so listen. We are going today. I was thinking about wines that you might enjoy, and so we're going to be tasting a Chateau Michelle, a sweet Riesling.
Okay.
It hails from the state of Washington, Columbia Valley. I will tell you that this is definitely a very popular winery for sure. It's very well known. They produce reasonably priced wines. And so I will tell you that this bottle is going to range between probably $9 and $12.
Okay.
So very reasonable if you're looking for something along those lines. Riesling actually originated in Germany.
Nice.
And when you hear people talk about Riesling, I'm trying to be careful with how I put that down. Riesling is a white variety. And it's interesting because Riesling can be used because of the way that this grape is. It's interesting that it can be used in many ways. But again, originated in Germany. The first, and Riesling actually just had a birthday. March 13th was the birthday of Riesling. The earliest documentation of Riesling goes back to 1435.
Wow.
That was the first documentation actually of Riesling. Germany, your Rieslings tend to be a little on the sweeter side. But then as you go over to, let's say, Australia, they tend to be a little drier. So keep that in mind sometimes if you're ever out shopping and you're like, if you don't see necessarily sweet Riesling, remember that Germany tends to be a bit sweeter in their production of Riesling. Australia is going to be a bit drier. Riesling is actually produced everywhere as far as continents go, except for Antarctica. It's grown everywhere else. Produced in a lot of different locations, and New York and Washington State are the most prevalent in the United States.
Wow.
As far as growing and producing Riesling.
Okay.
The Riesling that we are drinking today, it's a 2022, and it is what they call a Harvest Select Sweet Riesling. You're typically going to serve this 45 to 50 degrees. It's a good temperature to serve this. You're going to have an 11% ABV, so a little higher in that alcohol content, but not as high as it could be. It's interesting talking about the history of Riesling and dating back to 1435. For all of my Bridgerton fans that may be watching, Queen Victoria was actually devoted to Riesling. She loved Riesling. So I want to throw that in because everybody's talking about it because the next season is coming up. So for those of us that are fans and sometimes love all things Britain, it's nice, it's cute to know that Queen Victoria was definitely a fan. It's a natural, the Riesling is a natural, the grape is a natural derivative of Gouais Blanc, which is a French grape, and actually the grandmother of some grapes that we're familiar with, including Chardonnay. So interesting, and we're going to taste in a second, but we're going to smell the wine. We're going to do a little smell to see what it smells like, and I will tell you some of the aromas with Riesling. It's going to be honey, sometimes beeswax. You could smell ginger. You could smell pear, peach, or even apple. So definitely heavy on the fruits as far as the aromas go. So what we're going to do, and you could do that, we're just going to kind of swirl it a little bit in the glass and not spill it like I just did. And then we're going to kind of take a little sniff and see what we smell. Tell me what you smell.
I'm getting apple.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I'm getting apple.
Lots of apple, and I smell a little pear as well.
Absolutely, yeah, pear.
I smell a little pear as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Ready to taste?
Yes.
Anything else? Did you
No.
smell anything else?
No,
I think apple and pear are definitely prevalent in the aroma with this. Let's give it a little taste and see what we think. Now, I will tell you. Well, tell me what you taste.
I love how it's like that perfect like sweetness. It's not too sweet. And it's not too dry, but I love it. I love the taste of it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of like what would you call that? I don't know, Merlot. No, not even Merlot. It's like, I don't know, a dash of like champagne-y
Okay.
taste.
Interesting.
Know what I mean?
No, interesting.
Yeah.
I gotcha. No, listen, it's funny you said that. One of the things, and I don't know if this is kind of what you're tasting. One of the tasting notes sometimes with a Riesling is Meyer lemon. You know, sometimes there's a little lemon there almost.
Okay.
I taste a little. It's interesting. I taste a little. What I think to be a little apricot almost. I taste a little of that. And I taste a little peach in it as well.
I would say peach.
I would say peach. And some of the other things with Rieslings, we've named a couple of things. Peach is definitely one. Sometimes a little mango.
Okay.
Maybe pineapple.
Yeah.
That lemon, as I mentioned.
That aftertaste, yes, of pineapple.
Let's taste it again. That was good. You're
That
right.
was.
And it's interesting that you said something that it made me think of this. You know, a lot of times people that like a sweeter wine or a wine of meditation.
Yes.
Moscato is sometimes that first sweet wine that they start with.
Yes.
But the interesting thing about Riesling is that it is less sweet than Moscato. So it's not going to be what we would call sugar or syrup sweet.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
But I think it's a really good balance. And even with this one being a sweet Riesling, it's not too sweet.
No, it's a perfect balance.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I have a couple of things. It's interesting. We have two different dynamics going here. With this sweet Riesling, something that the perfect cheese for this is going to be blue cheese. I know it's not something that people... I love blue cheese, you know. So listen, if you're at a restaurant sometimes and you order one of those blue cheese burgers, because a lot of restaurants do that, a sweet Riesling is going to be amazing with that, because of the taste of that blue cheese. And I'm gonna taste a little bit here because I have some on the plate. I'm gonna taste a little bit of that blue cheese, and everyone understands how, you know, a blue cheese can definitely taste, but I think that having that and maybe tasting a little of the wine now, I think it's going to cut through.
At that perfect combination.
I think it's going to cut through that pungent taste. Oh,
it does.
that is good.
It really does.
I'm not surprised by that, y'all. I'm just
She's the
confirming
pro.
that it is good. No, this is really good.
Yes,
so
it is.
If you're having some friends over, some ladies over, and you're going to serve a sweet Riesling, if it's something that you like and you want to serve a cheese, definitely a blue cheese will be good. If you're not a fan of blue cheese and you're looking for something that may be somewhat close to blue cheese, that would be another good choice, is goat cheese. I would go with the plain goat cheese. I wouldn't necessarily incorporate any that have fruits, even though I love a goat cheese like with blueberry or strawberry.
Okay, yeah.
However, I would just go with the plain goat cheese. If I didn't want to go as strong, because blue cheese is a strong cheese.
Yeah,
if I didn't want to go this strong, a goat cheese, a plain goat cheese will also pair beautifully with a sweet Riesling. So
yeah, I've never had goat cheese.
Oh, I love goat cheese. Like, and it's I don't want to say it's a chameleon of cheeses. I don't want to say that, but it goes so good with so many things.
Okay.
But when I started thinking about another cheese that could be done, instead of blue cheese, if someone isn't a fan, goat cheese will also be another good choice.
Okay.
I will also tell you the other thing that we have here, because it is a sweet Riesling. It's also really good with certain desserts. So your cheesecakes, peach cobblers, peach pies, or apple pies. Anything that you're going to have peaches or apples in is going to be really good. And again, a plain cheesecake will be amazing.
Can never go wrong with the cheesecake.
Right. And just you don't have to worry about toppings. Just plain cheesecake with a sweet Riesling is going to be really amazing. So you want to try now.
Yeah,
I have in front of us, this is just a simple apple crumb caramel bar.
Yes.
I do like baking, but I will admit that I did not bake this. I work a lot. Who has time to bake all the time?
Not everybody.
I will tell you, I purchased this at Walmart. And it was a box of bars. And
this is great.
I put it right in the oven, and in 20 minutes, I had the perfect complement to this sweet Riesling. It's really good.
This is delicious.
And listen, y'all, it was like $5.82.
Was it?
For the box.
Oh my goodness!
And we're in Delaware, so no tax. This is really good.
It is really good. I've never had something.
And you can fix it in the microwave too, y'all. I'm not here to necessarily promote these apple crumb bars, but I'm here to tell you that it's good. And you know what? We could have put a little whipped cream on top.
That's what I was thinking. Whipped cream.
And that would be really, really good with this. So, so listen again. Depending on, what the event is, how you're serving this, the cheese is good. So blue cheese, great cheese with this. Goat cheese, another great option. And then on the desserts, cheesecake, something like this that has apples in it. Because I'm going to take another little forkful and then taste the wine again. But something like this it's just so yummy. And the other thing I like, while this is a sweet dessert, it's not too sweet.
No, this is perfect.
And I think that when I taste this Riesling again, it's going to be really good.
This is wonderful.
Oh, yeah, you are right. Taste the wine. Don't worry, I have a whole bottle. We can pour some more if we run out. No, it's really, really good. I think it's a great one. And
it's a great combination.
Yes, it is. And the other thing, too, I didn't mention this earlier. With your Rieslings, you can just drink them out of a white wine glass. You don't need to worry about a special glass for them. White wine glass will be fine with that.
Yes.
Other things I will tell you, which is also why this is probably really good when it comes to something like a blue cheese or even apple. It's high acidity. Rieslings tend to have high acidity, almost like the acidity of a lemonade.
Okay.
So it's interesting with this wine, but so many things can be done with this. And I think that I covered almost everything I wanted to with this. Do you think this? Have you had a Riesling before? I didn't ask you that.
I never had one. No.
First time.
I love it.
You think this would be a wine you would purchase, right?
Absolutely. I think this is my new thing.
Listen, I like it.
Definitely.
And the other thing that I will tell you too, when it comes to Riesling, like I gave you the price point on this particular bottle, but truly outstanding Rieslings you can get for under $50, which I think is great. So even if you wanted, I certainly got something that I consider to be very affordable, that anyone could pick up at any wine shop.
Yes.
There are locations, of course, that sell wine in grocery stores, so you could definitely pick it up there.
Yeah.
But for someone that maybe wanted to splurge a little bit and really start looking into different Rieslings and really doing one, or really serving one, I'll say that it's a little higher end, we'll say, than this one. I mean, think about that. To get a really great bottle of Riesling for less than $50 is good. It's really great. So I agree with you. It's been a while since I've had a Riesling.
Yeah.
But and I tend not to lean towards the wines for meditation. But I will tell you that this is a good one. And
it's a great
not
one.
too
Yeah.
sweet. I'm really
this is
enjoying
like the perfect combination. I was thinking about just incorporating that Like, you know, just a Friday night, just having a bottle of wine and just doing lashes. Hey, why not?
I'm here for that, and I want to set up my appointment immediately. Okay, so when you decide that you're doing that, I'm here for all of that.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely.
So I will definitely do that. And listen, maybe one time while you're doing that, we'll have Portia's Place on the road, and we'll get to maybe talk to some of the ladies
there
there
we
that
go.
night that have
I
things
love
they
this
wanna
networking.
share.
It's amazing.
I love it. And I also believe that there are lessons and there are things always for us to learn, especially from other women.
Absolutely.
You know, we go through so much and we experience so many things. And I think sometimes we feel like we don't have a safe space sometimes to maybe talk about things. So I'm down for Lash and Wine night. I'm
That's
here
exciting.
for all of that. So I like it. Look at that. Look at that energy. Like we take some wine, we have some cheese, and now you're like, damn, I have an idea. Let's do this.
This is perfect.
I love it. I love it. So listen, I'm so glad you enjoyed the wine, and I appreciate everything you shared with us. I'm going to move over now into what I call May's message.
Okay.
And this is how I end every podcast, where I really kind of provide something that I feel like it's not just motivational, but meaningful.
Yes.
And I always want to have it in a positive way because that's just how I try to keep my energy all the time. So I want to thank you for being here today and being open to sharing things about yourself and sharing with all of the fans of Portia's Place and the subscribers yet to come. So let's get to May's message and we'll wrap this up. So it's interesting. I want to say that today's message, I think, is really going to be about finding our magic.
That part.
Or our magic finding us.
Yes. Absolutely.
I think that so often we are searching, we're running, we're looking, we're here, there, everywhere. We're in this, we're in that, because we're trying to find.
We just have to live in the moment.
That's it. And we have to believe that magic will come to us. That thing that we're destined to do, it will find us.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it just requires us to sit down and be quiet. Because sometimes the noise that's all around us, or the noise that we create ourselves, prevents us from really hearing what it is that we need to know, or that thing that's there for us. So I think that if we can get rid of the noise sometimes and just be quiet and be purposeful in what we hear and what we take in, I believe, just like that course found you, I believe that magic can find us.
Yes, it can.
And I think that when we are operating in that thing that's special for us, I just think that there's nothing that we can't do.
That's absolutely accurate.
You're out of wine, I think, but I'm going to say cheers to you.
Yes, thank you.
Cheers to your magic and what you bring to the world.
Thank you so much.
I am thankful to be a part of it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for joining us in Portia's Place, where you'll never wine alone.